Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are watching this video, I would like to say I am grateful and thankful that you are here with me, and thank you so much for viewing my channel, commenting, subscribing, liking, sharing, or even just being here sharing space with me. I wanted to do a video on manifestation and visualization because a lot of y'all got the game fucked up when it comes to manifestation. A lot of people feel like you could just say the word manifest and then everything comes about. But no, faith without work is dead. So let's get into it. My current job, in January, I will be there for 5 years. And even with me saying I will be there for 5 years, it's so crazy because prior to my current job, I used to work for the state of Georgia Department of Family and Children Services. And I was there, well, I interned from 2014 to 2016. And then I got hired in 2016 and I left there in 2020. I started my current job January 2021, actually 1/11/21. And January will make 5 years. But y'all, the road to get into my current job, it took work, okay? I was so fed up of working at DFACS, and I can give 1,000 negative reasons about working at DFACS. But one thing I had to do is I had to stop feeding into the negative aspect of working at DFACS, and I started to be grateful that I had a job. I started to be thankful that I had a job. I started to look for the small little positive nuggets that involve working at DFACS. And so I changed my mindset, and I changed my thought process, and I changed the way that I felt about working at DFACS. And then I started to have enough energy to visualize and manifest me working in a new space. I would literally apply for 5 jobs a day. That is the max that I gave myself. So every day after work, regardless of how tired I was, I would apply for jobs. Hell, I would even apply for jobs during the day, okay? Let's just keep that shit above. So I would apply for jobs, but the true work came in late at night. Late at night when I really wanted to be asleep, I would literally listen to Abraham Hicks. And if you don't know who Abraham Hicks is, that is for you to Google it. That is for you to go down that rabbit hole. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole in this video. But I would literally listen to Abraham Hicks, and she's a channeler, and she does these vortex videos where you literally get in the essence of what it is that you desire. You literally get into the vortex. You literally get one-on-one with Creator, God, Source, whatever you want to call it. And you just visualize. You can script it out. You can talk it out. Either way, you put yourself in that position that you want to be in. Y'all, I was listening to Abraham Hicks so much to where I started to memorize the damn video. It was a 14-minute video on YouTube. I can't even find the video anymore because I've tried to send it to some people. But this was 2020. So I would let the video play, lay across my bed, and literally script out, talk out what Abraham Hicks was saying. I would literally write out, my coworkers are so cool. I like my new coworkers. My new manager is flexible. My new schedule is perfect. I love the person that I sit next to because he or she is so funny, cool, and trustworthy. I love the new conference room. I can see myself leading so many team meetings in the new conference room. I love the outfits that I wear that I'm going to be wearing to my new job. I love the way the outfits make me look and how I feel in my new work attire. I'm going to stop past and get me a coffee before I go into the office. These are literally the things that I was scripting and saying as Abraham Hicks was also going into the vortex. And the videos are, she's just talking because she's channeling. They go a little fast, and they have like music playing in the background, and it's almost kind of like you're in the Twilight Zone. Like how a lot of people say when you're manifesting, you have to be delusional, you have to be delulu. Yeah, It's almost like I was so fucking delusional to where I would literally check out. I would check out for that 15 minutes, and once I snap back to and come back to reality, I would be so tired. It's almost like when you see a preacher preaching in the pulpit and they so sweaty, they so out of breath, and then once they come back, as everything starts to calm down, like that's how I would be. I would literally go delusional for those 15 minutes, visualizing me in a new space, in a new job, making more money, with a cool manager, a flexible career, a flexible job, a flexible schedule, just cool coworkers. Like, I would say all of that, everything that I was wanting, those are the things that I was saying during this 15 minutes vortex exercise. And well, I did that for about 6 months, because it takes time, y'all be thinking once you say the word manifesting, that shit just gonna appear. No, it took some time. Like 6 months after that, I got the interview. The interview was a phone interview. I interviewed at DFATS in my car. Went to my car, took that interview. And then a week later, I got an email back about moving me on to the next phase of interviews. So the next phase of interviews were a month later. And it was going to be a panel interview where I was going to interview with 4 different people.
Turn right onto Jimmy Carter Boulevard.
Sorry, if y'all can hear my GPS, my bad. But at first, the panel interview was going to be with 4 people. I get on the damn interview, it's 5 people.
Onto Jimmy Carter Boulevard.
So if you know me, then you know I panic. Like, I'm an overthinker. I panic about shit. I really be in my head about a lot of shit, but everything ends up working out for me in the end, like every single time. Like, I panic, I overthink, I get into my own head, and then I look up, and this thing I know, shit literally just be working out for me. Like, that's just, you know, how shit do for me, you know? And I love that for me. So I end up doing the panel interview. The interview went so fucking good to where one of the people that interviewed me, she was actually a Reiki healer. And when I interviewed, I had my gemstones on, I had my incense burning, like after each person, because it was like a 15-minute break after each person. So I would take time to just kind of drink some water, pray, relight my incense. And the interviews were 45 minutes per person. And you get like a little 15-minute break in between. So I would relight my incense, you know, send up my gratitude, do my little 1-2, check in with the spiritual guides, because they were definitely in the room, okay? But one of the people that interviewed me, she was a Reiki healer. She was also a licensed clinical social worker. I'm a master. I have my master's in social work, but I'm not licensed. But this particular person, we had a similar path. We had a similar career path, a similar background. Whereas both of our degrees were in social work. We both had experience with working for the state, because I work for the state of Georgia, but she worked for the state of Mississippi. My current job, it is virtual, so I work 100% virtual, by the way. And so these interviews were over Zoom. And I'm using DFATS computer to do all of this. Interview, apply, and all that good stuff. But anyway, during the interview with the Reiki healer, she kind of like, you know, gave me a few nuggets. You know, she saw my gemstones. We talked about gemstones. We talked about Reiki. We talked about meditation, manifestation, all during the interview. So I knew I had passed her. So she passed me on to the next person. Got to the last person. The energy was good. The vibe was good. And they was like, you will hear something within a week. And that was on a Friday. And so by next Wednesday, I got the call that I had got the job. And he was my the recruiter was like, you know, you have your offer letter by the end of the week or whatever, which was going to be that Friday. So got my offer letter, and here I am almost 5 years later at my current job. But y'all, I did the work. I say that shit because I did the work. I energetically and spiritually placed myself in a whole new environment, a whole new job, like a whole new world. I literally visualize and I imagine, like Kurt Franklin said, imagine me. Like, I literally imagine me in a whole new job, a whole new space, just doing something completely different. And also I took the initiative. Once you take the initiative to step out there and put yourself out there, then you have to believe, you have to trust that source is going to carry you. Your spiritual team is going to carry you. It's no way that you can want a new job or a new anything or different anything and you're not doing anything. Faith without works is dead. You can have faith all day long, but what are you doing to put yourself closer to your desire? What are you doing to put yourself in that new situation, that new environment? Because just saying I'm manifesting, that shit ain't gonna work. That's just a word, but that word have meaning and have power when you're doing the work. What are you doing to manifest? How are you taking the initiative? Have you even applied for a new job? You can't say you want a new job and you have not even put out the first application. Like, you can't say you want a new car and you have not even test drove. Matter of fact, let's back up. You can't say you want a new car and you don't even know what damn car you want. You can't say that you want a new house and you haven't took
turn left on
the
US
first
29 North.
homeowners class, or research or met with a realtor, or tried to go through your bank and get any information about home buying. So you have to take the initiative. You have to do the work, and then you have to have faith that God's gonna carry you the rest of the way. Like, visualizing and manifestation goes hand in hand. Goes hand in hand, baby. You have to see yourself. You have to see yourself in a different space, in a different time. You have to see yourself in a different environment. I would literally close my eyes and visualize me sitting at a whole new cubicle. Whole time I didn't even know my job was about to be 100% remote. I'm over here visualizing a flexible schedule. First day of training, trying to say, oh, you pick your schedule. What schedule you want? And then we're salary, so the flexibility alone that comes with being a salary employee. So that's how I manifested my job, my current job of almost 5 years. Like I said, January will be 5 years, and I'm very grateful and thankful to my current job. It literally changed my life. Changed my outlook on life, period. Like, my current job afforded me to do the things that I always wanted to do, like travel. I was traveling back then as well, make no mistake about it, but
The light. Turn left on
I would
US 29 North.
travel 50% comfortable, because I knew that once I got back home, like, okay, so now I'm gonna have to scale back because I'm gonna be working with X amount of money. Or I would be like, okay, so we're gonna do a trip next year, let me go ahead and start planning. Versus with my current job, it would be nothing for me to book a trip. Now I can stop this video right now and book me a trip. Like, trips are nothing. And I'm not talking about road trips because I live in Atlanta, so I'm not talking about, oh, okay, let's go from Atlanta to Savannah. Like, I'm talking about, like, we can book St. Martin today, we can book a cruise today. Like, and this might be minute to some people, but those were my desires. Those were the things that I wanted to do. Those were the things that I wanted my next job to afford me to be able to do. And I love talking about manifesting and visualizing because it has become a part of my everyday. And I don't want this video to be too long, so let me get to how I manifested my new apartment, because I moved in October and I love that for me. I have been in my current apartment for 7 years. Come October, it will be 7 years. I moved into this apartment in 2018. I was already staying in this complex, but I had a roommate and that went left, so I went and got my own little 1-bedroom in this same complex. So I've been over there since 2018. I love my little apartment. I consider that my little baby, because in this same apartment, that is where my spiritual journey took off. I've always been a spiritual person, but I really honed in on my positive affirmations, my positive energy, my manifestations, my visualization. That is also when I started going to spiritual community events and sharing spaces with other people, with other like-minded people. So I was doing the winter solstice events, the fall equinox events, the sound baths, and the group meditations and things like that, going to get energy clearance and going to get card pulls from trusted people, because I don't let everybody pull cards for me. I can pull my own cards. But in this very same apartment, that is where my awakening happened. Like, this apartment is so special to me, and anybody that comes to my house now, they always say that my house is cozy. It has a vibe to it. It has a comfort to it, and it just being in it is just so, like, they can feel that positive energy. They can feel that vibe, and that's because I created that space to be like that. I cultivated that space. I wanted my space to be just that, cozy, comfortable, positive. And so now, y'all, it's time to move. Like, I'm elevating so much. I have elevated. I have evolved so much. I turned 40. I have new goals, new desires, new things that I want to tap into. I visualize myself being this rich ass auntie. I still don't have kids, but I visualize myself just being this rich boss ass auntie. Like, so I have to live as such.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Mimosa Circle.
Back in April, I went to tour an apartment. Toured the apartment, and well, actually I toured 2 apartments that day. I went to go tour one other property, and I really loved that apartment. I was like, you know what? I'm about to start, you know, honing in on my finances and cutting out shit that I don't need, so that I can get this damn apartment. Because y'all, I must say, my budgeting is out of fucking control, okay? It's really non-existent. So I was like, okay, you know, it's some things that you could tweak so that you could still travel, because that's priority on the list, so that you can still travel and you can move into this bomb ass space. Boom. But I go to take a closer look at the 1 bedrooms, and I didn't like the setups, because there is no separate entrance to the bathroom. Everybody would have to go through the bedroom to get to the bathroom. Didn't like that at all.
Your destination.
So I went to go and tour another property, and I didn't make an appointment, and so the lady was like, oh, you gotta come back, you gotta come back. So I was like, damn, okay. So went back, and I didn't really like her attitude. So I went back like a week later, toured with another leasing agent, and she was so cool. She was so nice. She answered all my questions. She took her time with me. She allowed me to take pictures. She allowed me to take video. And y'all, when I walked into this space, I damn near cried. I damn near cried. So back to visualizing. I visualized how I was going to set up my bed. I visualized how I was going to set up my bathroom, because I'm getting all new shit. My shit not old, but new space, new shit. So I visualized the colors that I wanted in my living room, the colors that I wanted in my bathroom. I visualized even down to the damn shoe rack that I want by the door. I visualized all of that. Even the flowers that I want on the island, because I have this big, huge ass island. To the flowers that I want on the island, y'all, I visualized that shit. The whole time, she's like, oh, you know, take your videos, take your pictures. And I'm like, girl, I'm doing that, but I'm also manifest. I'm also visualizing, baby, because you just don't know me. Like, I love magic. I love alchemy. I love attracting. I don't chase, I attract. So I'm just visualizing everything. Mind you, this is in April. So fast forward to August 2nd. I didn't make an appointment. I just popped up at the complex. And when I walked in, she was like, oh, I remember you. I was actually going to reach out to you because our prices have changed on our 1 bedroom, 1 bath. So I'm like, shit, tell me more. Y'all, divine timing is always on my fucking side. When Sue told me that the 1 bedroom, 1 bath is going for the same price as what I'm paying now in my 1 bedroom, 1 bath, I damn near fell on the floor. I said, you lying to me? And she was like, yep, but you have to apply by Sunday, 11:59 p.m. to be able to qualify for that rate. So August the 2nd was on a Saturday, a day after the death anniversary of my dad. So I wasn't in the mood, but I went home on August 2nd, that Saturday. After I left there, I went home. I paid the fees to apply for the apartment. And then here in Atlanta, you have to make 3 times the rent. So although the rent is the same price that I'm paying now, I didn't have to do anything for my current apartment because I've already been there. So I haven't applied for an apartment since, again, 2018. So she was like, oh, it got to be 3 times the rent. So although I kind of figured I was okay, it's still that doubt. Doubt and fear will fuck you up. It will creep into your head and have you thinking all type of shit. So long story short, y'all, she was like, I work tomorrow on Sunday, so when I come in, I'm going to check your information and, you know, to see if you approve. And if you are approved, I'll call you, I'll let you know. But I still have to send everything to, you know, our property manager, just to, you know, send over the approval quotes and everything. So y'all, she called me Sunday at like 1 in the afternoon. She was like, I was just calling to say that you are approved. We verified your income, we did your background, we ran your credit, like everything looks good. Like you actually made 3.7 times the rent. I was like, so what? Okay. So we in that end. Like, it's a move-in, it's a new apartment, it's a new space. So I was so happy, y'all. I was so happy. Even though I had no doubt, well, I ain't gonna lie. Even though I knew that everything was gonna work out, I still had doubt. But I also knew that I had put in the work because I just pulled up on Sue. I just pulled up and I'm like, look, I came back in April. Yeah, it's August, but let's talk. What's up? What can you do for me? And Sue was like, I got you. Like, it was divine timing. Everything worked out so perfect. Like, I've already, you know how I want to decorate, know what color scheme stuff that I'm going to, because the apartment is so light, it's so airy, it's so white. It has white cabinets, stainless steel appliances, like it's no carpet in the living spaces. It's only carpet in my closet and in my bedroom. And then Sue was like, oh yeah, in the one that you want, it has a brand new built-in closet. Like, you can customize the closet, you can move the racks, you can add baskets, do whatever. So everything worked out, y'all. I was on that apartment tour in there visualizing. So told me to take your time. I'm like, baby, yes, I'm taking my time. I'm visualizing, baby. You cannot rush spirit, okay? When spirit get to moving, we just let it move. So, y'all, I just wanted to do a quick video and just talk about manifesting and visualization, and how you have to visualize. You have to see yourself in the environment and in the space that you want in order to get your desires. You also have to be in a receiving mode. You have to be in an attracting mode. I have made it to my destination, but I just wanted to do a video and just talk about that. And plus, I didn't want this video to be too long, but it was on my heart to get this video out and to get it done. This was really on my heart, on my mind. I really wanted to just talk about how I manifested, you know, my current job and now my new apartment. I move in October. I'm so excited, y'all. I cannot wait. I'm going to be doing way more content in my new apartment, because I do have a little balcony space. So I'm gonna be doing like some damn meditations out there. I'm gonna be just doing some of everything, okay? And really just cultivating space for my new for my new space, for my new apartment after this one, for my new job after this one, because we're always evolving, baby. We're steady evolving. We're steady up in the ante, okay? And one thing, when I got my current job, one thing I told God, show me how good it can get, and I promise you I will not fumble the bag. Because my current job also allowed me to pay my car off, allowed me to pay my debt off. And I told God, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because God showed me how good it could get. And now, baby, I'm ready to up the ante. Now I'm knocking on Source door like, what's next? What's next? What you got for me? But anyway, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to visualize while you are manifesting, okay? I love y'all. Be safe. And let's go and get what we truly desire, baby. Because we don't chase, we attract. See you in the next video.